Except that for some reason, Overeem's knee seemed to have a radar, a laser radar system on it that was zeroed in on Mirko's crotch.
Ow.
He kicked and kneed this man all effing night until finally he popped the knee into Crow Cop's crotch that dropped him. I personally and some others are also the same opinion I am that Mirko may have been just faking it, but you know what? You've been getting banged in the crotch all night, and it's not by a woman that's wet. You're going to want to stop. So here's what we got. You've got the ball cruncher against the head cruncher.
There you go.
At first, again, I was upset about this, and then ding, 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 something in my head went off. And I was explaining a little bit to Dave about that, but I can't verify this, but this is what I would imagine is going on over there when they're discussing this fight. All right, first of all, both of these gentlemen have disrespected the owners of the sport and the sport itself and the performers. In Japan, that's a big deal. In the United States, evidently it's okay for you to piss all over your organization, the people that you fight with. In Japan, that's
not really. It's just a little bit.
It is. Judy Browning was allowed to piss all over our sport, and it was fine. Okay, they got no problem with that. So anyway, but in Japan, so I can hear this discussion going. Mr. Ishii-san invites, who he's the owner and who himself just got out of jail for tax evasion. Invited Overeem into his office. Say, look, you did us so bad. You really did. You cost us. So I tell you what, we're going to pull you off of suspension because he got suspended too. Okay. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give you an opportunity to redeem yourself. We're going to pay you a whole hell of a lot less money than you normally ask just to get back on the show. And we're going to put you in there against, the head cruncher. And if you're really lucky, we won't put you up into the Japanese version of Motel 6. And, you can only imagine what that's got to look like. It's like a little box with a huge Godzilla roach on it.
Basically, they're going to reward one of these two guys because they're going to win. It's not going to... They're still going to get paid. It's not going to be a lot of money, but it's going to be a way for them to redeem themselves. Exactly. And they're basically saying, okay, you two are the two bad boys in our sport. One of you is going to stay. One of you is going to go. The winner stays. However, you're going to be on a very short leash. In my opinion, I don't see how Badr Hari loses this at all.
Really?
I do. Well, Badr Hari's a great fighter. He just made that mistake. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The way I'm understanding it, I may be wrong about this. I'm going to have to go back and double check this because some of this information is coming in is breaking, as we speak. I'm understanding that this might be an MMA fight. That this will not be a K1 fight. I may be wrong about this. If it's a K1 fight, Badr Hari's done. Overeem will F him up. And I truly think that without saying so, that these gentlemen were given the option to avenge their mistakes. And again, I may be wrong about that, but having dealt with that particular company, they would never outright come and tell you something. When Jim got through this first fight and he fought Peter Arts in Japan, he came back. He went over there and he wore his little MMA Speedos. And he didn't like it because, he heard the chants and everything else like that. And so he told me that he was going to go to Thai boxing shorts. And so when I was dealing with, we were talking about the next fight, I was talking with the representatives in Japan. And they said, oh, by the way, Jim really made a good representation of himself. He may have lost, but he was a warrior and everything else like that. And we definitely like his look. And I said, well, oh, by the way, he's going to change to the Thai shorts. And they go, the fans really liked the MMA shorts. Really? Yes, the fans really loved that. And I'm sure that they saw the difference between the kickboxing and the MMA, and that really makes for a good show. Now, what they were telling me is to tell that son of a bitch not to change his pants.
Yeah, bring back the Speedos.
Exactly. So guess what?
Loving it.
Guess what went to Japan? The Speedos.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, so there it is. But yeah, so it should be interesting. And actually,
you mentioned Speedos. That was the worst invention ever. Speedos or spandex in plus sizes. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. That was every list that ever came out, the worst invention ever made. Spandex and plus sizes.
No problem. Real quickly, I want to get done with this MMA stuff real quickly. Two things are happening. This weekend we have the Ultimate Fighting Championship. It's the best card of the year. I'm going to have to miss it because, quite frankly, I don't have the money. I just don't have the money. But you're dealing with you've got the Vanderlei Silva going up against Rampage. Okay.
Good fight.
Number 3, yeah, I don't think the fight's going to go past round 2, and I don't think Rampage is going to be on the winning end of this. You have Griffin versus Rashad Evans. That's going to be a barn burner. I think Rashad may come out with the championship. You've got Big Nog against Mir. Woohoo! Now that's going to be an interesting fight. I see a submission by Big Nog. See, you didn't think I was going that way, did you?
No, I kind of. I mean, you never discount Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Never.
Oh, never. Especially
you're not going to have any Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu win via knockout. I mean, and it rarely ever goes the distance. It's going to be a submission. I just think Mir knows about how great his ground game is, and if he goes for a takedown, then I think Mir's going to do everything he can to counter it and keep it on its feet.
Well, the cool thing about Mir is Mir's got some hellacious jiu-jitsu, but we've already seen Mir fight Brock Lesnar. Now, Lesnar made a mistake, and he got caught. That's the game. I think the more interesting fight to me for the championship would be Nogueira against Lesnar, because I really think that Nogueira would test his new skills. That's just me. I'm not the only one. I don't think so. Also,
put Nogueira in that one.
Actually, I do. I see Nogueira with either an armbar or a choke. Quite frankly.
Well, Nogueira's a lot bigger than a lot of the other opponents that Brock Lesnar's faced. And what's Brock Lesnar's biggest ground game? Smothering you.
Yeah, but
your size and smothering you. But Nogueira's a lot bigger.
Yeah, he is. But also too, his ground game is so perfect. And plus, he has got he's just got the knack of getting the living crap beat out of him, and just out of his behind, pulling out a win and something. And speaking of
behind and pulling out,
and speaking of pulling something out of your behind, let's talk about Tito.
Tito! Hey!
Tito!
Oh, my Lord.
That Tito was going to be at the Affliction press release, the press conference, and there was going to be a big announcement, and everybody was thinking that he's going to sign with Affliction. And of course, we documented, and of course, we probably got flagged for my little commentary on his hussy of a coochie mama.
Nope, still out there.
But we're not gonna go there with that tonight.
We stated our opinion on that life income sucking whore.
Whorish.
Enough said.
But anyway, yes. Turns out that no. Just like he's been dicking us around forever and ever and ever, he dicked us around again. Instead of fighting, he's actually going to be commentating.
No way! Don't say it ain't so.
No, it is so. And oh, good God! Now, in his behalf, and we mentioned this last time.